what Aadhaar does, right? Let's see the numbers again. This is company actually. I'll just skip it all. This is what we need to see. Okay. How many mobile subscribers? 650 million. We knew it. How many bank accounts? We continue 280 million. Well, there are more debit cards, by the way, in the country. 19 million credit cards. This number, last time when we met, have been updated. This is like June of this year's number. 120,000 ATM. Half of them are on-site, that is on the banks. Half of them are which are off-site, which is not in the bank. Just in case, the context is that whole of the world is like this. I'm going to talk some interesting more stats here. This is, if I was not to open all the slide, this was an interesting question, which is how much of our economy is cash-driven versus electronic? And cash economy is part of the corruption reason and so on. So this is a very interesting number. And Brazil is another corrupt country, but you can see that they are reducing it. And India carries like 60% of its wealth in cash. And we know this, right? Sweden is converting 2017, all of it in digital because this is much better. And we know this all part of it. Now, let's talk about some more numbers. Plastic. This is June of this month. 1.1 million POS. Guess what was last year's number? 1/4 of it. 1/4 to 4x growth in a year's time period probably. 2011, I remember the number, which was 250K. And 2013 June, it is 1.1 million. How did it grow? It grew with those Swipe, which is Square-like India's solutions. And it is also by Ingenico and everybody else driving this download, this POS. Now, this is a little bit of slide that I'm going to stick around with. 19 million credit cards do 36 million transactions, and 350 million debit cards do 47 million transactions. This is per month. Actually, this is a year. Everything is here. Yeah, that's right. On an average level. This is what RBI publishes, sort of summary of that. And I just picked it from the latest publish of June of 13. And on the ATM, you can see we are cash-rich economy, and this is why the world doesn't make us fall, except that money doesn't come in the country, though. What do I want to tell you guys from this is, we are a cash economy, not a payment instrument economy. Nobody feels comfortable if you pay them in plastic, and nobody feels comfortable in receiving it in plastic. Receivers believes it will get taxed, and payee believes that I don't need to carry this because I have a cash any which ways. So we by nature are a cash economy. Do you know what is the future of payment systems in the country? For next 5 years, we don't have like 100 crore revenue actually, unless you are a bank. Bank means everything else. And independent payment companies can't yet make money, purely because of these numbers that I want to show you. So everybody who's working in payment industry, who's not bank, bravo for them, first of all, because this is really a long-term investment. Now let's look at some of the opportunities. This is what RBI allowed a few months back all of us to do. First of all, prepaid instruments. This is something which has been going on RBI. Their intention is to get those people whom bank don't serve, classically long tail. And truth is that this is an economy which is where a little bit of convenience also comes in. In China, payment systems like Alipay, QQ, and in US, payment systems like PayPal, where the wallet gets money and then it is utilized. It's a primary sort of transaction method to that extent that the China government is regulating these guys by giving them a license, because this is equal to a bank license. We all anecdotally talk about M-Pesa, and M-Pesa is Kenya or African mobile payment system where the money is stored as a prepaid balance in a separate wallet than your telecom operator wallet. And you can take the cash in and cash out. The first line that I'm showing here, the license that government is giving is that you can put the cash in, but you can't take cash out. You can only close the account and take cash out. Otherwise, you have to use it on a merchant. If we could take cash in and cash out, it was a bank actually. So incidentally, the M-Pesa story is of a full bank, and they are fully regulated as a bank, which in India, RBI is not giving to anyone else but the bank licenses that we talk about. So you will never have M-Pesa story in India, just in case, because RBI doesn't want people to have mobile-based money. What they do not mind is that you can deposit money into a wallet and then you can use it with merchants. So great opportunity. There are certain big old players, big in the sense that they are old and they have large number of wallets, like It's Cash, Beam Money, Suvidha and those kinds, but they are non-sustainable. It's really interesting because you have loading percentage when the merchant is paid to load money from consumer, and then the percentage that you make when a transaction is happening is so less that RBI even regulates that percentage that it is not viable. So people are surrendering these licenses also. So a little bit of trick, but great opportunity here. Second is cross-border inbound money transfer. Well, earlier, if you know, a lot of people did it. I remember Sifi and Times of Money kind of people doing it, but they were practically doing it for a bank like a Virgin Mobile was a MVNO in the country in the name of Tata running it. So sort of a branding only. And third is card payment network. You want a Visa? Government is ready to let you be in this country. RuPay is the name. And we probably will have RuPay growing well. And I think there is a great opportunity of our own switch in the country because we are equal to what UnionPay has done in China. I'm crossing it with China because if we can own this money, our money transaction doesn't go in the US and get logged, by the way. And it is literally considering what NSA is, we might just prefer that for more reasons than others. And speaking of ATM network, this is something that you must have heard. A lot of investments have happened. A lot of white label ATM networks have come. Only the catch is, again, the big fishes are so big that those people who are going to do it, it's sort of an ISP. In early days, remember those, everybody will take an ISP license and few will get rolled out of consumers, and then over the period, they will have to get consolidated. So ATM network is nearly like this. It's a large cost, but it's sort of somebody capex upfront and then can sell the network. So I believe it's a great opportunity. Except that, considering that India is a cash-rich economy and cash continues, and I'm going to talk about how Japanese and Germans don't use plastic, actually. Grown-up economies, they use cash, so a lot of cash, transaction, etc. Remember, the RBI will take the party away when they say that you can't charge the consumer or the payment transaction fee. This is mobile money. M-Pesa, we talked about how there's a country where regulatory law of the land doesn't let it happen. Smartphones, interesting opportunity. Okay, so the joke in the company that I work is mobile is big. When anybody says this, we say boo. I mean, this is like a most freaking stupid statement anymore. Anybody says this. No more say mobile is big. Say mobile money is big if you wish to. So mobile, considering that we are talking about mobile here, I want to qualify mobile here in this room when I'm talking these opportunities. Anybody who's building any feature phone related business systems, including these payment systems, is definitely my extraordinary statement, moron, stupid, but practically non-viable because it is not needed. India is adding 2 million Androids a month officially by Google, 1 million more other which are non-Android, making it 3 million adding, and 60 million already there, 100 million customer base. We're not needing anything else, man. So just don't get into that long tail story, which even banks who were trying to get into just didn't get in. So just in case, never try to build those star 123 hash 43894 hash for 4300 hash. Okay. So
1 minute left.
Yeah, that's right. So the thing is that as far as the online shopping happens, just remember, the mobile shopping, if we were to have these feature phones, was already happening. You always called 1-800-500-5000. That's Make My Trips number. And so on and so forth. So just in case, pick mobile internet, smartphone is a great opportunity. I'm going to just quickly take you to this global trend which you as a country can understand. Payments. Payments meaning when you're paying a merchant, paying someone is a payment, right? And you create an account and then you do a transaction. So create an account is a fee and a transaction is another fee. These are the two revenues. $1 trillion market, 25% of banking revenues come from this. Asia is 330 billion, which is just in the proportion of GDP. How are we doing when it look at GDP? This is the kind of split on revenue that we see. What we're seeing here is that Japan is more about transaction and Japan is more about rentals and transactions are happening, as you can see, the penalty incidents which are very much in the developed countries, distressed economies, it will continue to happen there. And when I look at India, we will see something where the more rental of account will happen instead of the transaction volume will happen. Obviously. Why? Because we are so less plastic transacting. We are okay to keep the money just in case. And this is exactly what the slide says. Second line is for India, just in case. 3.4 billion is for transaction and 18 is for account that is there. And then comes our business. Thank you.